Hello and welcome to Heralds of an Azure Omen Session 3. I am DM Taylor, and we are joined by Dante playing,
Rortrin Havlison,
George playing,
Nicassius,
Stephanie playing,
Breaker.
Chris playing,
Crypt, how are you?
and Jordan playing.
Ragdal, Fireforge.
Oh yeah. And when we last left our brave protagonists, they were crawling through the gray woods of Shana, wrestling and otherwise stabbing giant snake creatures, or one, I suppose, because it was singular, and finally coming upon some wolves with blue stuff dripping out of all of their orifices as they came upon this here clearing with a big old crater a good 25 feet across and like 20 feet across the other way. It's got this big old fissure kind of thing running out from it right here, and there's all these trees all over the place that the wolves are kind of stalking around behind. They were tearing at some stuff on the ground underneath the thick, like foot-high, billowing carpet of fog that's bellowing out from the crater here. And this crater is clearly the site where whatever fell from the heavens impacted. The wolves have noticed you all and are thirsting for your blood, it seems.
and I cast Sleep. 8 on wolf number 4 here.
All right, well, nobody was surprised, so we're going to roll initiative
All right.
first.
That's going to be a total of 14 for me.
All right. I'm sorry, what was your-
25.
All right, one moment.
Yeah.
25, you said?
Yeah.
Breaker.
6.
Oh dear, Breaker.
Sorry.
Crypt.
9.
Ragdal.
16.
What's your dexterity?
16.
Okay.
No, dexterity?
Yes.
That was my con. 8.
All right, then.
It's much lower.
And while you guys are on the ground and not on the edge of the crater there, you are in rough terrain because you cannot see where you're stepping due to all of that there fog. So, Nicassius, what do you do?
Well, what is to my left there? Is it just kind of open ground or
It is
underbrush
fairly
or-
open ground. There's bits of underbrush and branches and some boulders kind of sticking up here and there, but it doesn't impede you any more than the rough terrain already does, which means just by default you're going to move at half speed.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to stay right where I'm at for the moment.
All right.
And take a sling
Yes.
and sling a rock.
All right, slinging
at
at
the wolf
number
on
2.
the furthest left there. And that would be a 20 plus 5 would be 25.
All right, that's a nat 20. So you're going to hit. Going to, they don't have anything for you to sunder, so you are going to deal maximum dice damage and then roll your damage.
Okay. 3 plus 1 plus 3 is 7.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Do you do anything else?
No, I think I'm going to stay right there for the moment.
All right, the biggest, hulkingest wolf that is right there is going to raise his maw to the heavens, and he's going to give a good old howl. And he is going to pounce at you, Ragdal.
Okay.
He does not seem to be impeded by the fog. So right up there. And he's going to leap at you, snarling. Does a 19 hit.
It meets, so yes.
Alright. That is... It was 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Well, I am going to take my Warhammer,
Yes.
and I will just attack it two-handed. I will sling my
Oh,
shield
yeah.
onto my back real quick. So that is 15 to hit.
Yes. That'll hit.
Okay. 1d8. 7 blunt damage.
You smack it in the side of the head, and a bit of bright blue slobber goes flying.
All right.
It lets out an angry snarl. Rortrin.
Yes, I will be casting Sleep upon this area right here.
All right.
And each will need to make a save, I believe. Let's see. Yep. How many points? It's not save.
All right.
Okay, that's 7. That's 13. That's 14. That's 16. That's 17 points of hit points worth of creatures that are going to fall asleep.
All right. And you got
Okay.
this one. Doesn't fall asleep. What happens if you don't meet? Does it just essentially save?
It saves essentially. Yeah, if I don't
Alright.
need it.
Your magic coalesces around the creature, and it shakes its head and slobbers a bit more than normal. It falls to the ground momentarily and then picks itself back up. You do anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Number 1 is going to bound over here and is going to attack you, Ragdal.
Okay.
Yes, pack tactics. It's going to get damage.
I don't have a shield this time.
All right. And 19 hits.
19 minutes.
So 5 piercing.
Okay.
Number 1 is going to go down here and is going to attack Rortrin. That is you, right, Rortrin?
Yeah.
Pack tactics.
Ragdal's bleeding heavy, guys.
AC
17.
11. Yeah,
All
hits.
right. 4 piercing.
All right.
Number 3 is going to bound down here. Is going to attack you. And does a 12 hit?
Yeah.
All right. That is 5 piercing damage.
And I'm out.
All right. Number 4 is going to dash this way and go out of sight. Crypt.
How far am I able to move?
You can move
So-
freely through your allies so long as you don't end up in the same space as them.
Okay. Well, I'm sure if I had to go around. So I'm going to go up to 2 there and
All right.
hit him with my hand if I can.
So you'll have to move through an enemy to do so, and I can't remember what the rules are.
Or you could stand on top of Rortrin.
Well, I was thinking if I went
You could do
around
that.
the your left there
Yes. So this is
to go around.
this is
there.
very dense thicket right here. So you
Okay.
can make me an athletics roll to climb up it, or an acrobatics if you'd like to flip up.
16.
All right, you'll
Athletics.
make it up. So you are effectively above these guys now,
Okay.
and number 2 is within reach. What do you do?
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna use my hand axe.
All right,
17.
that'll hit. You bring it right down to the top of its skull.
10.
Nice. You tear its left ear, and a whole bunch of its face meat right off. Lovely. Anything else?
Yeah, I can still use the bonus action, right?
If your class allows you to, yeah.
Yeah, because wow, I know what dice I have. Yeah. So I'm going to use
Affecting descending order.
Okay.
use healing word on what was yours?
Rortrin?
Rortrin. Yes.
All right.
7.
Yeah, thank you. I am back.
Yay.
Oh, good. I'm back. Oh, God. I'm surrounded by neighbors.
Have fun.
You woke up from a nightmare and you're still in the
Yeah.
nightmare.
Nice. Breaker, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go after number 3 there with
All right.
inflict wounds.
Isn't that a touch spell?
Is that a touch spell?
I believe so.
It is a touch.
You make
Yeah.
a melee spell attack against it.
Shoot. Okay.
You want to clamber up on the brambles there like Crypt did?
I don't actually.
Mhm.
I'll Toll the Dead then.
All right. On number 3.
Yes.
Okay. I'm supposed to make a saving throw, right? Wisdom.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
supposed to make a
I
saving.
don't have it right now.
Okay. Passes.
He passed it?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I believe, unless an 18 doesn't pass.
No.
Okay. Nicassius.
Is that no damage on Fireforge? Or Toll the Dead? Is that?
I believe it's no damage.
Probably
feel
is.
free to look that up. I don't have to
Yeah,
look it.
I believe it is since it's just a cantrip.
Right.
I would have written it down otherwise.
Yes. It removes all damage from it.
Okay.
Okay. And this is all rough terrain for movement
Yes.
purposes. I'm going to attempt to get to here.
All right. Can you give me an athletics to clamber up?
Very. Oh, goody. The very worst thing I do. A 1.
Ah,
All right. You fall in the brambles.
Oh, good.
first natural woman, evening.
You're gonna take 5 piercing damage. You're gonna be. You did end up getting there, but you got all scratched and stuff. Your movement's gonna stop right here, though.
2 20s and a 1. What do I make of that?
Are you gonna do anything else? A thorn got right into your armpit. You're bleeding quite a lot.
Yikes.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
long thorns.
Can I sling a stone past Crypt at the...
Yes.
Okay. I will go with that idea. That would be a 17. Maybe 4 points of damage.
It's to number 2.
What's that?
To number 2 or to the big one.
Number 2.
All right. Your stone splits its skull down the middle. It
Yay.
does. It's gonna be the big one's turn. It sees Rortrin get up off the ground after just getting knocked down, and it starts freaking out. It's not gonna attack you though. It's gonna go back to attacking Ragdal. And a nat 20 is going to hit.
Ragdal's probably dying here. Alright.
Choose a piece of your equipment to be sundered, or take a
Yes, indeed.
horrific injury.
Equipment.
Will do no extra damage so
If
long
I
as
sound equipment,
Luckily, you can repair it.
you use
yes, indeed. Does it have to be one I'm currently using?
one that's would make sense for it to be accessible to an attack.
Okay. Let's just say my chainmail then.
All right.
Or no. So, if I had my shield like slung aside, could I say that it would have hit it if I had tried to dodge or something?
Let's say that it sunders your shield,
Okay.
and your
My shield is not sundered.
poor shield, and you're going to take 11 piercing damage.
Okay. Ragdoll is down.
Bump.
So if I go, that sets me 2-0, right? Doesn't that be negative?
Yes. Negative isn't a thing unless you're taking double your.
Makes sense.
Then the big one is going to try to scamper away. You get a free attack on it.
Thank you. Can I make this attack a magical attack?
There's
Or-
a feat that lets
There's a
you
few
do that.
for
I bet. Okay, so it's not going to be a feat. All right, it's just going to be my dagger then.
Yep.
And so, does a 15 hit?
That'll hit.
All right. Okay. That will be 4 points of piercing damage.
Nice. You stab it in the flank and it leaves a drizzling trail of blood that does not glow as it runs away. And it completely fails to hide from sight. It looks like it's trying, but it's the tip of its nose is sticking out beyond the tree. Ragdoll, give me a death saving throw, please.
Death saving throw. Well, I got a 16 natural.
Yes.
So it's a pass. Okay.
Mark 1 through 3, and it
I have
is
healing word. I have-
Rortrin's turn.
All right, I'm going to give. You know what? I'm just going to. Hey, big guy. Well, okay, big guy. So I'm going to give big guy. Hey, let's slap.
All right.
So here we go. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yep.
Your ghastly hand appears, smacking the snout that is just barely visible. That's what he gets.
That's 8
damage.
points of necrotic.
He yelps, and the nose disappears from sight, and then comes back out a moment later. Anything else?
Right. You know what? I'm going to attempt to disengage. Go
All
this
right.
way. Hey, I know I'm going to get.
Can you disengage?
No, it would be an action, but it would be part of my movement, so I would get an attack. But considering that, otherwise I would be right at the front
So
line.
you're not actually disengaging, you're just going to move away.
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
to move away. So make
You're
your
going to
attack.
get 2 advantaged opportunity attacks against you. Do you think that's worth risking?
Well, considering what my other chances are, I'll
All
take
right.
it.
First one is a 17 hit,
17 does hit.
and your second 15 hits.
Yeah.
And you're going to take a total of 14 damage.
Okay. Well, I'm down.
All right, fine.
But at least it's not double max.
That is correct.
What is Rillian doing during all of this?
That's a really good question. Again, forgot to go through.
What's that?
Brilliant is going to take his turn. He's going to try to clamber up Monsieur Briars. He's going to make it. He's going to wobble unsteadily over this way. He's going to... he's dropped one of his 2 swords so that he could climb up, and he's going to try to attack. And he misses.
He tried.
He did indeed try. Wolf number 4 pops his head out again. He's going to attack you, Nicassius. No allies nearby, no pack tactics. Does a 2 hit?
Not today.
Excellent. Numbers 2 and 3, or sorry, numbers 1 and 3 are gonna scurry up here and attack Rillian. He's clearly the weakest link. Hit. And hit. They drag him screaming down,
Oh no.
and they disappear.
And nothing of value was lost.
Aw, poor Rillian.
I don't know. He did have a chainmail shirt on.
It was-
True.
Yes,
Crypt.
but the
It was a
wolves
pretty
will
crappy
eat
shirt.
Oh.
Maybe we
Oh,
could
boy.
strap it. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what to do.
Your friends are lying on the ground in a pool of blood, and one of your other sort of friends, I suppose, his screams are getting a little quieter with every passing moment. And one of your other allies is standing on top of the briars here, also dripping blood. There's a lot of blood, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Indeed.
There aren't many wolves in sight, though.
And then we have 1 spell slot left.
Do you have any healing left?
What do you have for
I
cantrip
have-
spot?
Thaumaturgy, Vicious Mockery, and Minor Illusion.
You can insult the wolf until it
And
feels
it's my
really
only
bad.
healing spell. They're actual spells. So that's great.
Well, number 4 needs to be dealt
Do you
with.
have any healing left?
1. Because I only have 1 slot.
No, no spare to dying cantrip at all.
Nope.
All right. Well, this is gonna be.
I'm not that cool.
You have medicine. You can make a medicine check just to stabilize them. One of them.
Well, I have a 0 of that, so...
Hey, it's better than nothing.
True.
Alternatively, you could run out and attack somebody.
I mean, he doesn't really need to be
Yeah, he's got it.
dealt with that the wrong
Nicassius
You could
has it.
save somebody.
Don't worry about it.
Alternatively.
I'm only semi-squishy.
I'm not sure how much advice I'm supposed to give on Dad.
Use the life-saving force.
Hmm.
Reach
Well, I
out with your
could-
healing.
I could take care of one of you and then run after what's his face. So I think I'm
Yes.
gonna do that.
All right. Who are you going to heal?
Oh, right, that pulled it up.
You've been down longer.
Probably.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Why am I? That wasn't necessary. I just had that in my hand.
Recite what's happening. Make it help.
You casting healing word.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's...
You want me to look it up?
I lost my guy. 5.
You're back up. Yeah.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna take off in the direction
That they dragged him.
that they dragged.
All right.
Wrong
Can you?
switch.
Yes.
A white one there.
So you're gonna scurry out this way, dropping down from the brambles, walking over here, and you see they've dragged Brillian over here, and they're gnawing at him.
Oh dear.
Nom nom, indeed.
Indeed.
And that's going to be. See, we're there. 5, 10. That'll be the maximum distance you can walk since it is rough terrain.
Okay.
It is Breaker's turn.
Breaker was trying to look up if Wild Shape is an action, but Breaker was not quick enough.
I believe it's an action.
I've not had this long enough to know the ins and outs of it.
What are you trying to wild shape into?
A bear.
Do you have another charge of wild shape since you turned into an ant last session?
Cricket. Yes,
Cricket.
I have one.
Yes, cricket. Alright, and druids are around here somewhere. Wild shape. You can use your action to magically assume the shape of a beast. It is an action.
So I can't attack in the same movement.
That is correct.
Okay. You're still down, correct?
I am still down. That is indeed correct.
Then I can use a healing word on him.
Thank you.
Da-da-da-da. Healing words are flying all over the place. Does healing word have any magical appearance to it when you guys use it? Is it like a little fly that lands in their ear and
That's gross.
delivers life rejuvenating juices into them by injection?
Wow.
It's just this healing mosquito.
What word is
You
the
get
healing
5.
word?
Okay, thank you.
It's heal.
It could also be a
That's
bird, too.
Don't die.
Oh, a hummingbird, because, the bird is the word.
That's true.
You're weird.
I
A hummingbird flies straight into your ear.
How many?
Feels-
I'll figure out.
Feels really weird.
I get back 5. Nice. Are you doing anything else?
Yes.
Yay.
I will. I guess I'll use my action to turn into the bear.
Okay.
Brown bear.
You turn into a brown bear.
And
You are going to have no penalty to your movement as a brown bear. You can sniff out the things on the ground.
Fantastic.
Can't you only use it? Is this wild shape a? Can't you only use a cantrip after using a bonus action? So
Something.
Yeah, I
Wild
think-
Shape's not
I've got a
magic.
cop. I don't know.
Casting a spell.
Oh, is it a feature? Then
it's
that's
a
probably
feature,
different.
yes.
That's different. Then. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You brought it up. Yeah, that makes sense. Then.
So did you join them over there?
Wasn't able to get
That's
to
as
them.
far as Crypt could get.
Okay, then I'll run over
You're
to where he's being
Or an
eaten.
bear. Alright, you stomp through the bramble as a bear. And just to get over here, you want to scoot your way over around to one of those guys.
Yeah.
Alright, which one? Number 1 or 3?
3.
Alright.
You corral the medicine.
I am very menacing.
Can you give me an intimidation roll, please? Assert your barrenness over the wolves.
18.
Ooh.
This one yelps and runs away. This one cowers a little bit. And that was your turn. Brilliant. Brilliant, please give me a death saving throw. Okay. I passed. Thank you, Brilliant.
Good job. Rowan.
Nicassius.
No, I'm going to draw my rapier and have at the wolf there.
Alright.
It's a 14.
That hits.
For 5 points of damage.
Nice. You stab it in the paw. It yelpeth.
In the paw.
Ragdal.
What's the health situation of people in the party? Who looks the most hurt?
I
Really?
think the two of you look
Yeah,
the most
yeah,
hurt.
I think we are. We've
Okay.
been knocked down a couple of
Yeah,
times.
I've lost 5 hit points. but
Okay,
I'm
that's fine. So you and I both have 5.
You cannot see Rillian from where you are, but his screaming has stopped. That's probably a good sign.
Okay.
And a lot
That
of
is probably a
people's
good
blood is just everywhere.
All right. I'm going to heal myself with Cure Wounds.
All right.
That is a max. So that is 11 wounds.
Topping yourself off.
Indeed. So 11 healing. And then I am going to walk over and engage this one.
All right.
Have my worm out.
He was hiding, licking his horrible wounds, and you come across him. Like, oi, mate, you got a license for that?
There we go.
It is Rortrin's turn.
All right. Well, clearly my friend who is going up against that creature
Yeah.
hasn't quite hit it yet, so I'm going to try and hit that creature with another.
This
bullet.
one?
Yes, that.
Okay.
That with a lich slap. So,
Boop snoop.
Boop, snoop.
boop the scoop again.
That's a nat one.
Oh.
All right.
Are you about to lich slap me?
I think. Can you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Don't give him ideas.
Hit me or him?
That seems like the natural. 18 plus 3.
All right.
Ignore
You get lich slapped on your tuchus. You have been molested by your friend. You take no damage, but you will feel a chilly handprint there for d6 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours.
You just hear a defeated sigh from Rortrin.
You're gonna have to have words later.
I don't even look away from the wolf. I just like shrug slightly disappointed.
Rortrin, you gonna do anything else?
Well, that was my. Hey,
You've done enough, is what you're saying.
I've done
Yeah.
enough. I've done enough.
Okay, are you gonna move at all?
I'm going to keep it there. All the enemies are now away from me.
All right, that's fair. It is the turn of the waffles. And number 3, let's see if he saves. He does. He is going to bravely attack you, Breaker. What is your bear AC? Does an 18 hit? Yes, it does.
It might.
Maybe not.
It's going to deal 9 piercing damage to you.
Bears, unfortunately, while very big, are also very easy targets.
Yeah, mostly
I
for
find mine?
Mostly because they're big.
Okay. 9, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay, bears. And number 4 is going to attack you, Nicassius.
Yay.
Does a 13 hit?
Yes, it does.
Alright. It's going to be 6 piercing. It is Crypt's turn.
Okay, can I make it the rest of the way over there?
Yep.
Cool.
Unfortunately, you will not have flanking, but
Yeah.
you are close enough to attack that there wolf that is
Wolf
attacking
is-
two of
How
you.
are we not?
Wolf is fine.
Because you would have to be right here or right there.
Now,
No,
would it be
totally opposite sides. Yes.
would it be possible for me to get him away without
Nuts.
the wolf noticing
Okay.
since he's busy with Breaker?
You could try with a stealth roll. You won't have any more movement on your turn because you were walking over rough terrain, so you used your 30 feet.
Okay.
But you can give me a preliminary stealth roll now to see if you can start to nudge him a little bit further away.
15.
You start to pull him away, and the wolf does not seem to be paying much attention. The wolf is busy attacking a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bear barely noticed.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
It is Breaker's turn. Breaker, have you turned into a bear before?
Breaker has not. Breaker just learned how to do this morning.
That's pretty cool. So, everybody saw you turn into a bear, so they're dealing with it well enough. But being a bear is pretty cool. How are you going to use your newfound bear powers?
Bear can make 2 attacks. One with its bite and one with its claws.
Nice.
So I'm going to go at it with all I've got. So that would be a strength plus.
Plus your proficiency. Yes.
Right here it says 19 plus 4, so I use that, the plus 4.
Like the bear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've never bared before.
Are you a black bear or a brown bear?
Brown bear?
Okay. So you're a brown bear, plus 6 to hit for your bite.
Plus 6?
Yes. Melee weapon attack, plus 6 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target. The afterward part of it is damage.
Oh. So 17
That'll hit.
and
And
20.
a crit. So you grab the bear in your jaws, and then you bring... Sorry. You grab yourself in your jaws. You're a Barbaros. You bite it, and then you toss it up in the air, and you just pile drive it down into the ground.
Fantastic.
And you hear a few decisive snaps.
That is the best kind of stab.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Anything else?
I don't think. How far can I don't have any limitations to my movement, right?
Right. You can move 6 squares. Unless you
Alright.
have different speed as a bear, which I don't think you do.
40.
Oh, excellent. Then you have 8 squares.
Okay, then I'll run over here to whoever that is, right by number 4.
By number 4. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Nicassius.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
I'm a bear.
Suddenly bears.
You
Brilliant.
probably startled the hell out of me since you did that while I had my back turned to you.
Hey there, Lillian. Are you dead? Well, I'm getting closer. I'm sorry to hear that, really. Nicassius.
I'm going to continue to hack at the wolf.
All right.
Be a
You
22.
can't
Okay.
do anything for him without expending a spell slot, can you?
I don't have any spells. So.
And 9 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can't do anything.
Oh.
You stab it through the belly. It screeches like the little wolf it is. And this one is going to attack you, Ragdal. Is an 18 hit?
it does. Use my shield aside.
And that is 12 piercing damage.
Yikes.
And then it's going to try to run away from you. Attack of opportunity?
Indeed. I will actually use my Warcaster feat to
Yes.
instead use Toll the Dead.
Nice.
So it must make a Wisdom 13 saving throw.
All right, and this will be the D12. And it fails.
Okay, so I have a D12 damage. A 1, so it takes 1 fire damage in this case.
All right. Its fur catches fire, and a trail of smoke is left behind as it leaps into the crater. Ragdal's turn.
Alright, I will cast Healing Word on. Name escapes me.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, yes.
All right.
Try and get him up. So, Healing Word is 1d4 plus 3.
Yes.
That is 5.
All right. Rillian, sitting or lying in front of you, suddenly gasps and starts to twitch, and then sits up. His blood-matted hair sticking to his forehead, looking around. Where am I? Rortrin.
Alright, I'm going to.
I wasn't
sorry.
done yet. Sorry.
Sorry.
So I'm going to attempt to walk up to the edge of the crater to see if I
Yes.
can spot the other wolf.
All right. You do see the wolf cowering in the corner here.
How much? So if I was here, I went 5, 10. Could I continue to advance the crater?
How deep is the crater?
So you moved 2
Yeah,
spaces,
10.
so that would have been 20 feet of movement. So you have another 2
Oh.
squares of movement.
Um,
Once you get in the crater, it's no longer rough terrain.
okay. So I could move at least to like here. Basically.
Yeah.
I will do so.
The crater is not terribly deep. It's about 3 feet down.
Oh.
There's a
Alright.
bit of a slope going on here.
And then
there's a whole bunch of broken rocks and debris everywhere in here.
makes sense. So Healing Word was a bonus action.
Yes.
I still have an action. How hurt does this wolf look?
Pretty hurt. It's got blood running from cuts and contusions,
Okay.
and it's got some fur scorched off.
Good.
It's got some frost on its nose. It's sneezing.
Gotcha. I suppose I will cast. I'll cast Toll the Dead on it again. I'm gonna try
Alright.
this again.
Can you cast 2 cantrips? in
I
your turn?
don't think you can cast.
I did a bonus action and then a cantrip. So I did bonus action Healing Word and then a cantrip for my
Okay.
action, which I think is allowed. It's only spells that are like
I
your
think
action
you're right.
spell has to be a cantrip.
Alright,
then.
so it's going to make a wisdom saving throw. And it's going to crit fail.
Yes.
It opens
Alright.
its mouth to roar at you, and you send a resonant
Indeed.
psychic blast of something into its head.
Max damage. That is 12 fire damage.
It has a seizure, and then stops moving.
So is it dead or is it?
It is dead.
Okay. I took a risk there.
Dear goodness. You just tortured that poor boy to death.
Well, I tried to put that on it once and it failed, so I had to get max damage on it the next time.
Nice. And that was there. Rortrin.
All right. Hey, well, we got this last critter up and over here, right?
Yes.
I'm going to have to move 1, 2, 3, be able to see it with clear line of sight.
Yep.
And I'm going to lip slap that wolf down.
All right.
So here we go.
Ooh.
Natural
Nice.
20.
All right. You smack it down into the briars. The thorns dig right into its flesh, and its screaming abruptly stops.
Down, boy.
Lovely.
The wolf has become sundered. Just the entire wolf.
Right. Who's still
Yes,
alive?
it is in fact a cantrip with
Is
a one
there-
action time.
Everybody's upright at the moment.
Is there still the one wolf that ran away?
There is one wolf that is unaccounted for, yeah.
Unaccounted for. Okay.
But we are out of initiative.
Oh, okay.
The wolf will not try to re-engage.
We're good then. Awesome. That's what I was worried about.
So you're standing in the middle of the crater Ragdal, and though this blue luminescent smoke is pouring up into the sky, it's not filling the crater. It's funneling from this kind of lumpy shape that's sitting right there. And my monitor shut off, so let me grab the notes right here. But as you stalk closer, you see it looks like a vaguely humanoid form, but very, very large. The rest of you, as you're recovering from just being attacked by wolves, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk over to the crater and ask, my friend, see anything down there?
Some sort of humanoid crystal.
I'll be down in a moment to check it out. Hold, I'm just...
Can I begin inspecting it using my jewel?
Yes. Can you please give me an investigation roll using adding proficiency?
Investigation proficiency. Yes.
All right.
That is a 20 total.
Okay. You see inside, the soil has been stripped away by this impact, leaving the rocks everywhere. You have found what looks like the fossilized corpse of a giant. Its chest has been blown apart. The blue smoke is pouring from this gaping hole in its chest, streaming upward with quite a lot of force. And if you investigate inside, you are seeing these veins of glassy star sapphire that's been spectralized. It's glowing bright blue. You gotta squint your eyes against it, or see in the after image of it. There is a cloying aroma that clings to this exposed corpse, which seems as though it was buried in the stone before whatever cataclysm happened here. Lovely. Rest of you, what are you doing?
I'll pass that information on.
All right.
Well, since the bear doesn't seem to be about to attack me, I'm going to take a dagger and slit open the belly of the wolf right in front of me and
All
see
right.
if there's any of those stones like you found in the snake.
You find no belly stones in the wolf. You do find some fresh meat, though, from
Wonderful.
something.
We'll just say my bear has the same like blue-black eyes that Breaker has, so you recognize it.
Does the bear look like seaweedy at all or anything?
I think I wanted
That
to
would be
look
the
like a
green
regular
bear.
brown
Is
bear,
he
just
just-
the eyes are different.
Is he a
It's a
water
very
bear?
damp-
Just human eyes on
He's
the
moist.
He's an animated
He's a
bear.
little bit moist, yes. He smells a little like wet bear.
Lovely.
Looks like he's gone fishing recently.
Rest of you, what are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm going to clamber down into there and see if I can use a Arcana check to see if this is like a magical item of some sort, or I could ask, are you fine with waiting like 10 minutes for me to just do some detect magic on this?
For it.
And kind of like,
I'll step back and let him do his work.
Okay.
I will also give him guidance.
As you're approaching the edge of the crater, you stumble over something.
oh, okay, I got this. Oh,
You stumbled over a corpse. Lovely.
oh,
It is the freshly murdered corpse of a half-orc with lots of bites and flesh wounds, clearly the thing the wolves were chomping on. in studded leather armor, carrying a deeply gouged wooden shield, and a light hammer that, if it is held up to the light, you immediately identify as a dwarfish light hammer.
Yeah, I hold that up to him. Hey, look what I found.
Oh, scamper over.
Yeah.
All right.
Respect.
Here you go.
Can you give me an investigate roll using your extra dwarfy proficiency?
9 total.
All right. This is a fancily made dwarfish light hammer in the tradition of the Iron Piercers. It has the Armor Slayer trait. You have advantage versus targets wearing heavy armor. And it has finesse and can deal piercing damage. It's got a nice little dainty like claw protrusion on one end. Very nice. And
Very
it's
nice indeed.
also got
Almost like a ball team.
he has 11 gold pieces. Somebody probably wants to write this down because I'm not going to remember it.
I'll take that.
14 silver pieces. And 10 copper pieces.
Is there a name for that hammer, by the way? Is it like a standard item, or is it just a kinda-
Mark it as a dwarfish light hammer.
dwarfish hammer?
He's also wearing a silver ring with a sigil on it, a circle bisected by a horizontal line.
Circle by. Would I have known anything about that? Because
Can you give me a history roll, please?
All right. That's going to be a non-nat 20. Yeah, non-nat 20.
All right, you know nothing about this.
Okay.
And this is not a ring of terribly high craftsmanship.
Ah.
He also has one ration on him.
Oh.
And a ragged green cotton scarf.
Anybody want a scarf?
I'll take
Ration? All right.
I'll take scarf.
I like how we
That
don't
sounds
care at
cool.
all that we're pulling the stuff off the dead guy. Our immediate reaction is to just loot him.
It's like Code of Adventures or something.
I mean, your comrades die, you loot the body, and then you bury it.
You're not the druid. After this desecration of the dead, you clamber down the crater, and you use your detect magic on the giant's corpse fossil thing, and you detect no magic.
Uh-oh.
Aside from the latent spectral charge in these veins of the star sapphire in his chest cavity.
I'm sensing something a little bit odd here. This seems to be very unusual, but I'm not getting any magic, folks.
Can everybody give me a perception rolls, please?
Is this perception roll based on smell by any chance?
You know what? It can be. Give me an advantage, please.
15.
9.
Okay, hold on.
13.
7.
Alright.
The
19.
bear is confused.
Alright.
Very
So,
hard to look it up.
Rortrin notices footprints leading away from the site, and you smell the traces of several humanoids, a half-orc, an elf, and a human that were here recently, as well as all the, wolves
And blood.
and blood.
I point that out as I'm like on the ground and such. I'm like, wait a second. Oh boy. Hey, and I point out each of the footprints of the people.
There are, in fact, 3 sets of footprints leading here, a big scuffle, and 2 sets of footprints leading away.
Yeah. And I say, right, we can. Do we go after this? Do we try and recover the stone first? That's in the center of this giant. Is it still there?
There's traces of star sapphire. There is no thing that you could pull out. You could try to excavate the threads of the star sapphire that are still in the fossil if you felt like it.
Should.
You could
I'll
pretty
attempt to do
easily
so,
do that.
yeah.
It'll take you 1 hour. Give me a stoneworking roll, please.
Could we
You have
do-
proficiency in
just
stone
proficiency,
tools.
so
You just have proficiency. Yeah.
Roll plus proficiency.
With the stat you think is most appropriate.
So I think is most appropriate.
Yep.
Okay.
No, you can only.
I assume strength.
Alright.
One will speak bear.
So that's a total of 7, fortunately.
Okay, so it'll just take you an hour to do it.
All right. Can we do that as like a short rest for all of us and such, so we're able to?
You guys can take a short rest, and you
Thank
can do that as part of your short rest.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, healing with your hit dice is going to require people spending charges of a healer's kit who have proficiency in the kit or in the medicine skill. Just so you guys know.
I have proficiency with medicine. I don't have a healer's kit, however.
All right.
I have a healer's kit. So perhaps I can hand that over to you while
Thank
I
you.
am excavating.
Alright. How many charges does the healer's kit start with?
I think 10?
Okay.
Yes, 10.
And you've used one of them so far.
Correct.
Alright. And I'm going
I
to use
don't
one
know,
and
so
heal
we'll
myself.
All right.
What? 6, so I'm up to 11.
All right.
Oh, wait, I add in my con as well.
Yes.
No, so I am up to,
That's to each of the dice. Is that correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm up to full.
Excellent. Is anybody else healing this way?
I'm going to heal. Can I heal this way while I am
Yeah.
excavating? Okay. Then I will do so as well. I'll expend just both of my hit dice, I guess.
All right.
You said this is going to
So,
take an
I'm so
hour, right?
low.
Yeah.
Then, regrettably, I'm going to bear.
4.
Bear powers deactivate.
Yes.
Not
Do they
Otherwise, for
reset
long
during a
rest.
short rest or a long rest?
Such low rolls.
That I'm not sure. Most things are long rest, aren't they?
I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my hit die.
I'm sorry.
Well, you add in your con.
I did.
Yeah.
So it's 9 total. healing.
No, you regain your uses when you finish a short or long
Nice.
rest.
Fantastic.
So you
Thank you.
regain
Nice.
them both. Well, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does Crypt need to heal at all?
No, I'm only down one hit.
I don't regain my spell
I'm
slot,
going to
right?
need to heal. What's that?
You
I
do
don't
not
really-
gain a spell slot. Not as a druid.
That's it?
Can I spend some time repairing my shield during this time? So
Um,
a small forge.
You're already doing the excavation.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
You can spend another later short rest to repair your shield.
That makes sense.
So, after an hour, what does he recover for, like, 8? The staff, or, no, for the star sapphire stuff?
Yes. Are you going to retrieve the whole thing in the state it's in? Are you gonna? You can either have it as this like delicate lattice of sapphire in like veins that you'll have to be careful with if you want to keep it in its current state, or you can cut it into little 1 carat pieces.
I think I will just try to take the chunk that has all of the valuables in it with me for now,
Okay.
and then try to extract things later
Excellent.
when I have better
Is
tools.
anybody else very low on hit points?
You have essentially a stone
I'm
bowl
good.
about this
I'm,
size.
Okay.
I'm down 3.
I'll mark them
What
to me.
about-
It looks
our
pretty
friend.
cool.
Oh, I don't know what
Oh,
Brilliant's
yeah, he's
at.
barely there.
Probably
Brilliant
needs
is at, what was it, 5?
5, yeah.
How many does he?
He needs 15 more to go up to max. He's got a lot of health. He's a chunky boy. He just doesn't have much else.
Can anybody else help him out without expending a spell slot?
We got that medicine thing, so
He doesn't have any hit dice left because he was
Oh.
healed previously.
Oh, that's right. So, just gonna give him like a little pep talk. And tell him you're doing a great job. Now we just need to watch our rear. You think you could do that, buddy?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Things are a little blurry though, so we're gonna have to maybe take a break.
Oh, don't worry.
In a bit.
We're taking a little break right now.
Okay.
You get a little bit of breath. You get it's all. You'll be all better soon enough. Oh. Anyway, so nothing. I was just.
I don't have to keep watch tonight. I can keep watch. I don't need to sleep first.
But first, you don't have to. They'll watch
Okay.
tonight, friend. Yeah, you're doing a good job, and you certainly handled those beasties with a.
Well, I appreciate it. You weren't too bad yourself.
You did a fine job of distracting 2 of them.
Yes, you did. You finish your short rest.
Is this your spleen on the ground?
What do you do?
Can we take another short rest?
No.
Well,
I don't know what the rules are regarding that. You might just be able to take another short rest.
Well, after we finish our short rest, I would propose that we track these footprints to see where they lead to. Oh, even though they probably have like an hour and a half advance on us.
I propose we take alternating long and short rests until we're all just topped off.
That's a dangerous proposition.
Yes. So, how long did it take you guys to get out this way? From after the crash happened?
I think it took us about an hour and a half, an hour or so.
We were
believe-
riding at a fast pace.
Yeah. I believe it was about an hour to get here, and then you guys took an hour's rest.
Mhm.
So, potentially 2 hours behind whoever the guys are if you're trying to track them.
Yeah, and we don't have our animals.
Your
either.
animals are back up at the top of the
Do you want to
ravine.
make any attempt to retrieve our animals before we move further?
Well, the issue being that the ravine is too steep for us to bring the animals down.
My goat's a mountain goat. Does
Goat
that
is a
factor
mountain
into it at all?
Your goat could probably pretty easily get down.
Oh.
The mule may be another issue.
No, I'm gonna whistle for my goat because that's a thing.
You tied your goat up.
You know what?
Yeah.
You think the goat hasn't eaten its rope by now?
It's
Well,
a goat. It ate
It's a
the
good
rope.
possibility.
The rope's gone.
Your goat does not come.
Damn.
That'd be a hell of a whistle if you could get back a couple hundred yards with a whistle.
I have magical druid whistle.
Oh,
That's probably a feature.
It's a thing.
And if it is, it should be.
I think we should.
Rortrin sounds like you
I
need
think
a
we
nap.
should track the footprints, but I think we should attempt to retrieve our animals first.
Alright, are you guys going to retrieve your animals? And how are you going to do so? Are you going to...
Mold earth down to the ground.
You did such a fine job with the rope last time.
Yeah.
Well, what we could do is we could tie a rope around the animal's midsection so that in case the mold earth goes out beneath them, at least they're not going to.
You want me to try the dirt elevator? We didn't actually try it last time.
Didn't try it.
All right, we'll try it.
We'll shuffle
Bringing
back over there
the
then.
chest
Right.
up out of the ground.
You guys encounter no more wild beasties on your way back to the edge.
Fantastic.
Thankfully, you have a ranger with you. Ranger, can you please give me a survival roll?
What?
Can you please give me a
Survival roll.
survival roll?
I'm not a ranger.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were
I'm a
you?
bard.
I'm sorry. You're a ranger in the other game. Aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Give us
Bard, can you
Give us a
close
funny
range.
ukulele
can you not
roll.
give me a range survival roll?
Yeah.
Is anybody have survival?
Give me a moment. Yes, I do.
I
Can
do.
you? All right. Can those of you with survival give me survival rolls, please?
All right then.
I'm so sorry, Crypt. We had a
That's
wild-
going to be 17.
You look like
I don't have
16.
proficiency, but I do have +3. May I make a roll as well?
All right.
21.
Okay. You find your way back to where you descended pretty easily. And your animals are standing patiently at the top. There's the rope hanging down. You guys can get up it safely.
You guys can. I'm not touching that thing.
Yeah, I kind of had a little. I'm not going to climb up it. And no animals of mine are up there either. So.
All
Are they
right.
still tied off?
They are still tied.
I'll go up there and untie them.
Go ahead.
All
More
right.
you than me.
Are you just gonna yell at
I've
the goat
developed rope
to
phobia.
get down here?
Also,
What?
recover that rope for me too once you're done with tying the animals up and such.
Are
What?
you going to yell at the goat to get down here?
Well, he's tied off.
Well,
Presumably I'm up there untying the
yes.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Summon him down.
Linonophobia, apparently.
What?
The fear of ropes. Is
Ah.
linonophobia.
That's
Why?
very important to know.
Related to the fear of threads, I guess, which is why it's linonophobia.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
The goat looks at the nearly vertical drop off, flexes a little bit, and then gracefully prances down. And those of you who know goats know that's absolutely realistic. And the mule does not, because a mule is not a goat.
I assume I don't see any possible path of leading the mule down this
Nope.
cliff face. Okay.
How deep are we?
60 feet.
I don't think I can mold earth 60 feet.
Well, you could possibly. How many pieces could you mold at one point?
Two.
Two. So,
Just like
you
that.
alternate
You can make a staircase, but you'll have to be like standing on the mule as you make the staircase, and it'll be very difficult.
That's really stupid.
I'm gonna make. You'll have to make me 6 concentration rolls to get this safely to the bottom.
There's
Are you
no-
willing to do that for
No.
me?
Well,
Okay.
how much do you like your mule?
Why?
I mean, I can just continue. I
asking.
can just repeatedly punch you on the shoulder with guidance.
That is true.
Just rapid
Does
fire.
guidance need to be melee?
It's a touch. It is a touch.
So you'll have to also ride on the mule.
No. He just needs to be on the rope. Oh, and then descending.
Riding the mule down a cliff face sounds considerably more dangerous than climbing down a rope.
Uh huh. Probably. I feel like you guys can do a weird magical Rube Goldberg and make this work.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you have any brilliant plans for getting your mule down here?
Hmm. What time of day is it at this point? Are we like
On
nearing
this late night.
late night? Okay.
Could we? Is any of the trees there are wide enough that we could just like wrap a rope around it and then we could lower the beast down?
There aren't any big trees close to this edge of it.
Mhm.
There are a bunch of cactuses.
Are we nearing wanting to kind of make camp for the night at some point soon, or are we thinking we're going to be traveling for a long time before that?
You guys just recently woke up from your long rest.
Yeah, so we're going to be traveling.
It'll be another day before you guys can take another one.
I could
You're fully energized aside from the exhausting.
I could potentially command the mule to just be still the entire duration, but that would be a spell slot. So.
That is true.
If we were close to a long rest, I would be more willing to do that. If we can't find another way.
Well, isn't there like another horse up there for?
We've
for
also
Aurelian?
got Aurelian's horse.
Aurelian's
his
horse?
pony. Rather.
Yes, his pony is also up there. The pony is very
The
uncomfortable.
cactus
seeing the-
pony.
Yes. Seeing the
No, we
villagers.
may just have to leave them there for now.
Then who?
The pony and the mule.
There's a the pony. I forgot about the pony.
Yeah, we would probably have to give him like rations. Yeah, it's just for
Yeah.
like a day or so. Oh, before we head out, and I mean like feed. Hey,
Yes.
definitely water. Sure,
Or
but
horses.
yeah, or little ponies.
I can create water for them.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, so we perhaps
If I
we-
wanted to, I'd
we-
spend a spell slot for them. Do I like them that much?
Breaker. Can
Yeah.
we use that molder to bury my saddlebag in the chest? Under the ground, so they're not just
I think
sitting
that would be a
on the
good
mule
idea.
that's sitting
Probably a
there.
good idea.
Okay. But I'm not up there.
You can get
Well, I can bring them back down with me. That isn't-
Okay. Yeah,
I
sure.
don't have a hell of a lot of things in them at this point.
So we're just leaving the poor animals up there.
Well, we're going to
I
give them
don't see
water
a-
first.
Yes.
I don't see a better alternative.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no like paths. That's running the ravine back and forth. It's just
Not within
miles.
sight.
Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, we gotta leave them there for the time being.
Poor creatures. Aurelian looks longingly up and says, "Farewell, I will be back."
Is there water down here at the
There is not.
some sort of pool? Okay. You want me to leave them water? I'll have to expend a spell slot to do so.
Can we not get the horse down at least? Was the mule the problem, or was both of them?
I think both of them.
I don't think
Both
either
of
of them
them
can
The
get
pony's
down.
not going to come down. So
Okay.
the mule's more sure-footed than a pony.
All right. Well.
No, I'll just take water out of my water skin. It's enough to keep with the mule.
Actually, yeah. Don't you have like to mold that shaped water?
I have
You
shaped
know,
water,
it's a pickled cactus. For
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Christ's
We should
take-
fashion a little water dish out of a piece of cactus. They'll be fine.
You may do so.
sake. Well, there you go.
Breaker can become a mule if we really need.
This is also
A water mule.
All right.
that's
All
fine.
right.
You'll
So I'm going to take care of the animals up
Yep.
there and scramble back down the rope.
give the
Bury
animals
your-
their supplies.
Barriers.
Use
Bury my
mold earth
stuff.
to bury it. You can pretty easily remember where it is if you can get back to this location, but there's otherwise no sign that the stuff is buried here. It should be safe.
It's right underneath the mule and or the corpse of the mule.
Yes.
Where the rope is hanging down.
Now do you return to the
You
scene
didn't
of
get
the
the rope?
How am I going to untie the rope from the base of the...
I don't know, but he specifically asked for his rope back.
That is true.
You've let him down.
What's the range on your lich slap?
How am I going to...
Just saying.
What if I give you guidance on it?
Well,
Here, I'll give him my rope. He can have my
range
rope.
120 feet. So
You can sever the top of the rope to get most of it back if you want.
Then how are we going to
let's
climb
not-
back up?
Right.
Yeah, you can't climb back up
Yeah, I
now.
think leaving the rope might be enough.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to leave the rope.
I'll give you my rope if you want it.
Thank you very much. But
You can have my
Yeah.
rope.
all right. So
Yeah.
we're good on that.
I'm afraid of my rope now.
You return to the scene of the tracks.
We return to the scene of tracks, and I give them the direction and of
Alright.
where they're supposed to be going.
People who are trained in survival, and this will require actual training in it. Please give me survival rolls.
That's going to be an 11.
All right.
Your proficiency in survival.
I have proficiency in it.
All
So
right,
is that what you mean?
Please roll. Yes. 2 sevens. Wow. 2.
7
Alright.
11.
All right. Well, all this fog rolling
Could I
around.
have given anybody guidance on that?
You can give one person guidance.
I will give.
Thank you very
Rortrin
much.
guidance.
Let's see. That is that's going to be a 12.
All right. You're trotting along. This is slow going because these tracks are old, and this here gray forest of Shana is not a great place to be. Tracking in. There's kind of this haze that floats over everything, even when the fog isn't directly underfoot. It disorients. It muffles the sounds. You're disoriented just by the lack of bird song. The only sounds you hear are the occasional whispering of the wind in the leaves and the occasional cricket. After an hour and a half, the fog has pretty much all cleared up, and the tracks are easier to follow. Can you guys give me additional survival rolls?
I'll give you guidance again.
Thank you very much, my friend. Fist bump for guidance. Okay, so that's actually a little bit better. Here, that's going to be a total of 15.
If I roll after him, do you give me guidance too?
No.
Bummer.
It's
There's
simultaneous.
8.
so.
What do druids know about nature?
Nothing at all.
8.
Well, 15.
Druids only know about creating KFC again.
Apparently.
Upper campaign. For those who don't know, Dante Lee is running a Dracula's America campaign.
Yes. There's a lot of KFC going on in that campaign.
A lot of abuse of
becoming
druid
worse.
powers.
Yes. Are you looking at a feature, Mr. Breaker?
What? No. I
Okay.
was making sure
After-
I did it.
2 hours, you guys find your way to the main highway.
Oh,
A couple hours north.
this is nice.
And the tracks merge onto the tracks of just everybody else who travels this highway.
Damn.
Can we
Right.
tell which direction they entered the highway line?
They
Veered to
were
one side or the
going
other?
in the same direction you guys were initially going.
So we could have been following them by accident earlier.
Potentially.
Right. Well, I propose that we continue on this highway on the direction that we were going, or we could go directly back through that forest of death and get our beasts and then continue on to the highway and basically lose half a day of travel.
How long does your wild shape last,
1
Mr.
hour?
Breaker? 'Cause you may find it valuable to turn into some kind of really fast-running beastie, run back along the road, free your animals, and order them to follow you back here.
Would
So
they be able to, from the top of the thing, get back to the road?
Well, we were
without
on the
going?
it
road
would be on the
before.
highway.
Yeah, so without going through the forest of death.
Yes.
I would suggest you have somebody riding atop you as well. Oh, actually, don't you have your mountain goat?
Yes.
All right, so you ride that through the forest to there.
Or just along the road. There's really
Yeah.
not a need to
I
go
mean,
back through
along
the
the road.
forest.
How speedy can my mountain goat be?
What is the speed of what was the animal you adapted it from? Was it a pony or a riding horse?
I think it was a mule. You told me to take a mule and refloat.
Yes. And the mule stats are here somewhere.
Here we go.
All right.
Speed is 40 feet.
All right, so your mule can go pretty quickly.
Dashing 80 feet a turn.
Yes. It'll take your mule if you beat that mule for all it's worth. Because
Well,
it's actually
technically,
going-
a giant ram.
yes. It'll take it about half an hour along the road to get back to your guys' initial camp. And if you're...
Yeah, let's do that then.
And then that's another hour to get from your camp to the edge of the ravine.
And then you've got to go down the road, get my stuff.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
That's
You're on your
also
own
true.
with your stuff.
Why don't I ride the goat back? Since I'm not going to fall off the damn road.
Okay. Do you have experience riding a mountain goat? That's a very specific skill, you know.
No, I have no experience.
Do you have
riding
drive
that.
vehicle goat?
No.
Okay.
I like just goat proficiency. Whatever was like.
Yes. Alright.
Why?
You want to ride it? Give me an animal handling roll.
They speak with animals and tell the goat specifically to be a good boy.
Alright, no need for a roll.
There you go.
I'll be back.
Would you guys like to take another short rest?
Indeed.
I guess so.
I will
Just
attempt
sitting here on the
to mend
side.
my shield during this time.
You mend your shield.
Yay.
Several hours later, everybody comes back. Everybody has returned to being together. You guys are a happy party once more.
Thank God,
Congratulations.
thank God Brilliant and his pony have been reunited.
But really, you probably shouldn't be walking anyway in this state.
Probably. Poor Rillian. So you guys continue along the road, and after an additional days of travel, you come to the big crossroads.
Oh boy.
The big crossroads are division leading to two different countries. If you travel westward, you go to into Shana, into the closest big city there. You guys have the map. Excellent. So yes, you guys
So I take it we're right about here.
right there. If you go northwest, you'll end up in the city of Nia in Shana.
Mhm.
And if you go eastward, you'll end up in Irma, which could allow you eventually to get into Imperial Cimmeria.
And that's where our friend is from, right?
Your brilliant friend here,
Really?
yes.
Yeah, well,
Many, many days travel away.
we can always pick up a ship right here.
That's
Here.
where you guys came from initially.
Oh, that's where
Or
we
some
came
of you.
from. I thought we were coming from the east. Right.
Some
well,
of you may have come from different directions. You guys started out like right here.
Okay, so we're continuing.
You guys are at this moment at the crossroads right here.
Okay, so which direction were we coming from? We were coming from this way?
You were all moving northward on this path
All right.
here.
So I propose that we travel eastward. Heard. I think we are working very well with one another. What do you think?
So we're at a crossroads. Which
Yes.
path might take us to somewhere that might know about the events that we've that transpired recently? Whether it's the necromancer elf or this heart of a giant or whatever we have, or anything.
Westward leads to Nia, which is in Shana. That's a city where a lot of the more sinister breed of adventurers live. That's where people are going to when they kind of got nothing left to lose. They're going to fight the big, nasty creatures of the wilderness. You're most often going to see less societally friendly forms of magic there. If you're looking for things that might be illegal in other places, that's you're going to more likely find that information there. If you go eastward, you're going into like the heart of civilized lands. You're going to the place where all races are welcome here. Please just trade with us and help us all to become richer. Help each of us line our pockets, and let's not stir up trouble too much.
Well, we'll be able to make a little bit of profit by returning this fella back to where he needs to go. Oh, as well. And wait a second. At any point during the journey, has Viserys mentioned what his captors looked like? Were there 3 of them, or were there more?
You have talked about the people that you believe you're following with Rillian, and it does not sound like these are the same people.
Okay, just
They
one-
were like a dozen or so,
Mhm.
mostly human bandits.
Okay, so
Are we still making an attempt to track them? Or do we want to make an attempt to track them?
At the crossroads, you can make another attempt if you wish. It'll
Because I
Probably be
can
difficult.
try to smell
well,
which direction they went, if that'll help you decide which way you want to go.
to be honest with you, considering that they had some sort of arcane thing that happened with them, I think it might be a good idea to chase them as well. No, and I mean, we're not really on a time limit for returning Viserys back. After all, he's enjoying his adventure, right?
My name's Rillian.
Brilliant, right?
But yes.
Vermilion?
Well, don't worry. When you're adventuring, sometimes you have to change your name.
I've heard about this.
Multiple times.
Yes, Rillian is
Can we
definitely
just
the name I was born
Paint
with.
all of his equipment red and call him Vermilion.
It's a lot of prestidigitation. Says, I think we should continue on adventuring. I don't want to go home yet.
All right.
I'm very interested in this heart of this giant or whatever, and I want to find out more information about it. I think it's a sign. I think we need to take this seriously.
So in that case, I will become the bear.
Bear powers activate.
Yes.
Can you give me a perception roll, please? At advantage.
Can I give a survival roll to try and
You can.
All right.
At an advantage.
Advantage.
I remember you
Guidance. Bro fist for guidance.
You can take long enough that you can
17.
give them both guidance.
All right. So this is going to be 10.
All right. You find tracks. You find so many tracks.
I
You
know.
cannot tell which are the right tracks. So you just barely, after long sniffings, believe you smell the scent of these people leading
Just
Westward.
snuffling around the ground with a dog.
Quest.
west.
So west. Not towards that city, not towards that city, but this direction.
The bear just veers left with his nose to the ground.
Yeah, the path you guys are traveling essentially would lead you toward either one of those at this point.
Okay, but which
So-
direction did they go?
I would
Well,
say.
yeah, you'll have to continue a little further before you figure that out.
Okay.
All right.
You continue. a
I
little
can
further.
follow their scent for up to an hour.
Okay. And you find them traveling northwestward.
All right. So
Okay.
we travel northwest.
So they're headed
Toward
towards
Nia.
here.
Yeah.
A half day's travel onward, you encounter a wagon rolling slowly along before you.
Question: Have
Yes.
we had a long rest?
You guys have had long rest by this point. And remember, you don't get all your HPs back.
After we get the hit dice back.
You do get your half of your hit dice back per day. Yes, this wagon is this rickety old thing, being driven by a gnome with a very long nose and a very long cap. He's sitting on top of his wagon. It's being drawn by 2 mules. And he turns and he looks lazily at all of you, looking from one to the other. He sees you bristling with armaments, but doesn't seem too terribly angered, saddened, scared.
Basically, we're not a threat right now.
Doesn't seem it.
If I may interject real quick.
Yes.
Can I say I would have cast my final spell slot before the long rest?
Sure.
So I will top my own health up, or attempt to.
Okay.
with cure
Absolutely.
Before the long rest. That's not it. It's a D8.
1.
So 9.
All right.
Thank you.
Da-da-da-da. His wagon has these red and blue tapestries hanging off it. They're sun-bleached. Oh, they were at one point red and blue. Dirt-stained. There's a whole bunch of mud kind of like spurting up behind his wheels as he pass. Though you guys haven't seen rain, it seems as though there was some rain lately. He waves at you, Ragdal, very lazily and slowly.
I will wave back just as lazily as well.
And then he turns back and flicks the reins of his mules, and they continue on. He does not make any effort to address you.
He is going the opposite direction. I take
He's
it.
going the same direction as you.
Just
All
slower.
Hey, well, do we eventually catch up to him?
Yes.
All right. Hey.
And the terrain at this point, you're no longer in the desert. You are, you've crossed over into Shanal lands. It's not full thick of trees here. The trees have been cleared. There's a whole bunch of very dirty gray sort of grass and moss and fallen logs and stuff on either side of the road. And the trees do loom up around you, but not oppressively so.
So more temperate.
Yes.
Good. Good. And once we catch up to the gnome, I'm going to have to ask, hi there, traveler. Where are you heading to?
Oh, nowhere in particular.
Ah, well,
And where are you headed to?
I believe we're heading towards Nia.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the road for that.
Yes, that's the road for this place here. Oh, looking to do a little hunting up there for some particular critters and trading as well.
I see.
No, you going trading up there as well?
Yes.
Yes, well, you have any goods for fellow travelers, or is it more for solitary and sedimentary folk?
If you have anything to buy, I suppose I could let you take a look. What are you carrying?
Oh,
Coin or supplies?
a little bit of, we have some trade goods and we have some coin with us. Yes, in particular, we're looking for healing packs.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. Yes, or possibly even healing potions. One or the other.
All right. I spelled that.
Yeah.
He stops his mules, and they seem to resist his stoppage, but he puts them in their place with a little flick of his very long, springy whip that he carries at his side. That is a thing that gnomes tend to use. You would know. And he hops down off this thing that was clearly not built for a gnome, and he waddles over to the side of his cart, and he carefully opens the door just a crack and slips in and closes it behind him. A minute later, he comes back with a basket in his arms. He lugs it out, carefully closes the door behind him, and sets it down. There's a whole bunch of sets of clothes inside it, and nestled among the clothes, there are some fresh, warm hen's eggs. There are 11 of them. And there is a healer's kit with 3 charges in it. And there is a knobbly wand of some kind. And a very thinly cracked bottle of some kind of alcohol.
Right. Well, since this appears to be used somewhat, the healer's kit, I'm going.
It's still good.
It's still good, I can tell, but at the same time, it doesn't have full charge. Alright, so I'm thinking maybe a gold piece.
Sounds good to me.
Alright then, here you go. Yeah, and that's.
What about the rest of the stuff?
Yeah,
I've got
the rest
no
of the
use
stuff.
for it.
Oh, well, I think that's for my friends to determine. But this wand right here, you mind if I just spend like 10 minutes just looking at it,
No,
examining
not
it?
at all.
All right, perfect. Detect magic ritual. Oh,
All right. This is a wand of death
oh, lovely.
That's
with
the opposite of
3
healing.
charges in it.
Okay.
What is it?
It's a. I think it's called a pyrotechnic wand. Yeah, and
Can you give me a deception roll, please?
yeah, sure.
Guidance.
Guidance. Thank you.
He looks at you a little
He's like, why did
suspiciously.
you just this one?
Okay.
Yeah, fist bump.
Well, okay. This might be good. Yeah, this is a total of 9.
He nods slowly. What does it do?
Well, if you don't mind, I can show you it.
All right, just point it that way.
Okay, so, I am going to just going to check this.
You have thaumaturgy, right?
While
Yeah, I
this
have
is
fun.
going on,
Kid,
I'm going to
hang
sidle over kind of toward the wagon
Okay.
and listen to see if I can hear
I am
anything
going to
moving in
cast.
there.
I'm going to cast
Prestidigitation.
Yes, and create a
That's a
shower of
weird
sparks from
Alright.
the end of the wand.
All right. He jumps and squeals and claps his hands as he does. Oh, that's awesome! No, I don't want to sell that to you.
Oh,
Can you please give me an investigation roll? That thing's awesome.
tell him it's completely out of charges now.
And I'm going.
23.
All right.
And then at the end of it, I'm going to just have it just pop and make it feel it and make it look like that it's out of charges. It is, and let's
It
say,
just fizzles.
yeah, this is unfortunately not going to work anymore. Here,
You broke it! You break it, you buy it! Inside, you hear at least 2 muffled voices and some thumping.
all right, I will buy it. 5 gold piece.
5 gold! 5 gold, right now!
Yes, here. Here.
I'm going to walk over and mention that to Ragdal. What I heard inside the wagon there.
Ragdal's going to not so stealthily walk over to the wagon and just put his ear up to the wagon.
Hey, no, what are you doing? That's my stuff.
What have you got in this wagon?
My things for sale.
Can we see them?
No,
now?
they're my belongings. These are the things you can buy. These are the things I am willing to sell right now. I need everything else.
Do I see any?
The slaves inside the wagon aren't for sale?
Slaves? What slaves? Slaves are illegal, I'll have you know.
Are there any latches or anything on the wagon?
There is a latch on the wagon.
Can I attempt to break it with my hammer?
Alright. He squeals and tries to throw himself in the way.
In the way of the hammer.
Roll me damage.
Roll damage from the hammer?
Yes.
Okay, so it's automatically hit, I
Yes.
assume. I'll say I was swinging two-handed. Why not?
Alright.
So that's a D10.
No!
7 damage.
Alright. You crack him down onto the ground,
Oof.
and he lies there whimpering and cowering. And you can pretty easily step over him and get inside.
Alright.
So inside, it smells of terrible things in here, of urine and feces and fear and old stale soup. There are 3 bundled up figures slumped in the back with a bunch of blankets thrown over them. The sunlight that pours in through the doorway illuminates dust motes everywhere, and all these various goods that a peddler might have hanging up or lying around. They look like they've been pawed through without any kind of respect or care. Things have just been thrown. There's a doll broken on the ground, and there's a whole set of cookware just kind of shattered, and some stew just kind of shoved in a pile.
Well, he's gone inside. I'm just going to hold the point of my rapier to the guy's throat on the ground.
He's crying and whimpering and putting his head over his face.
I'm going to go up and pat
Does he
him
seem
on
like
the
that?
head, and I'm going
No,
to
but
tell
those
him
aren't
it's
his
okay.
knees.
It's okay. And I'm going to slide it. It's going to slide a hand and get my coins back.
Nice.
Guidance.
He doesn't notice.
I do it.
Don't steal my things.
I won't
Don't
steal
steal
your
my
things.
things.
Don't worry.
Don't think they're your things.
And is there any additional coins in his purse now?
He has 1 gold coin. He has 5 silver coins. He
I'd
has no
rather
copper.
think the things
Ragdal's
in the
gonna
wagon
pretend he
belong to
didn't
the
see
people in the wagon.
You haven't seen
in
it.
light of him being a slave.
No, but I have my suspicion that the wagon belongs to the folks in the wagon, not to the guy I've got pinned.
Nobody in the wagon.
I'm gonna walk up to him with the light hammer in my hand and just rotate it to the pointy end, just menacingly, and just stare at him.
He's gonna try to climb underneath the.
I'm going to hold him.
Alright, he cannot resist.
I
I'm
should
just gonna
mention
stare at
I'm
him
only strength
menacingly. I'm not
7.
gonna do anything.
Please don't
It's
kill me.
okay, I've got the rapier
Please.
touching his throat.
Just leave
Going
me.
too far.
Please just leave me. I won't do anything again.
Why are you lying about the wagon?
It was my wagon. I found it. I took it. I've been taking care of it.
And the people inside?
They weren't taking care of it.
Ah,
They were mistreating their animals. They don't take care of strangers. Everybody knows you take care of strangers on the road. That's common decency. Yes.
After hearing this, can I see any harm done to the animals?
To the animals, can you make me a nature roll, please?
12.
They look somewhat undernourished.
Somewhat.
They didn't deserve it. I took what was rightfully mine.
I say we tie him up like he did. Keep him inside.
Well, first
And then-
Have
we'll
we untied
return-
the people in the wagon
let's
yet?
talk to
no,
these
it's still
people
time.
first.
That's fine. We can talk to them first.
So if you go inside and you take the blankets off of them, it is a human family of middle-aged man and woman and their 10-year-old son. They are covered in dirt and bruises. They have been tied with twine around their wrists and their ankles, and they are all gagged. And if you untie them, they just start crying and telling you thank you and trying to get outside. They're just wearing underclothes. It seems that all of their clothes were what
In the
was in the basket.
And then I asked him, "Oh, hi there, folks. Listen, we have this little thief right here. Here, yes. It's your discretion on how do you want us to deal with him."
Did he overpower all of you? this little gnome?
We went to bed and we woke up and we've been in there for days. We thought he was gonna kill us and eat us. Thought he was gonna eat my son. He came to us one night and he tried to steal our food. And my wife chased him away and I said, oh, no, you know what gnomes are like. We're gonna pay for that. I left him a little bowl of soup out, but I guess he just came back when we were all asleep. I don't know. I usually am a light sleeper. I don't really know what happened.
Well, who would know?
Thank you for rescuing us, good sirs and sirs. That's right, we don't have a madam with us.
It is kind of a sausage party.
A little bit.
Yeah.
His wife looks a little nervous right now.
No, the punishment for bandits is death. I think that is what he deserves.
I think so.
Tormenting my family. And the gnome, of course, begins to wail and weep and ask for your mercy as he says this.
I say we tie him up and you take him into the town to have authorities deal with him.
Yes, please do this, says the gnome.
I speak up. Listen, in this town we're heading towards, it's more of a frontier justice sort of town. And they're more or less going to sympathize with this fellow right here. Here,
Then let's find every bruise he gave to them and give that same bruise to him.
No, please
first,
just
and then turn him into the.
Tiny, leave me in the middle of the road for the beasts to eat.
Actually,
That would be a fitting punishment.
well, I was actually going to suggest we were going to tie him up to a tree and let him hang for the birds to get to him.
No, just the middle of the road is good.
No
need to hang me from a tree.
I think we're hanging you from a tree. Hey,
Jeez.
what? Good. This is.
He begins to weep even more than he was already.
If you
He's
want, I
wringing
can
his
do
hands
this.
through his beard and his hair. He has his hat off in his hands and he's tugging at it.
I'm going to say, all right then. You could possibly survive. Hi.
How? What can I do?
Why don't you tell us anything about stashes you might have hidden? And Stashes.
I have
about-
nothing. He turns out his pockets. A cricket pops out of his pockets and hops away. Nothing. I had money.
You had a cricket.
No longer.
What were you doing in his pocket, Fred?
I
What
have
do you
no
know
money.
about crickets?
No things. Only the clothes on my back, the hat on my head, and the blood in my veins.
I'm just gonna put his hat on my head and then just stare at him.
I'm going to suggest that we bring him with us because if he's been robbing people on the highway, there may be a bounty for him.
That is true.
He may be worth more to us alive than he is hanging from a tree.
Anyway, so I suggest we. Yeah, I suggest
And
we.
Relene has a pony he's not using. So.
Well, these.
Is it really
Well, this
riding
is
his
family.
pony?
Really, it was
Well,
riding
maybe-
his pony.
Not
He can
making
walk.
William
He's not
walk.
using it. He's not using it. He can walk.
He can walk.
So Rillian's gonna try to tie the gnome up. And he makes a horrible mess of it.
You know what?
The
I'm
gnome
going to.
overpowers him.
Hey, I'm going to.
Did he try to use the long swords to tie them up?
It got in his
With
way.
all of
for
us
sure.
here talking about stringing him up to a tree, he's resisting.
He is. He's frantically trying to get away. And not doing a very good job of it.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest
Just
that.
tie him to the mule.
Actually, I was going to suggest a better idea. We just tie his hands, and I and Nicassius, we can carry him by his shoulders, so he's not able to be on the ground with his feet. And I mean,
You want to have to carry the load the entire time you're traveling?
He's what, 30 pounds?
Just tie him to the mule. That
No.
sounds so much easier. But tie him to your back if he's that small.
Unfortunately, I'm not that strong.
No, we can tie him across the back of the mule.
Okay.
All right, can
But
somebody
I
give me?
want him gagged.
You can take all the gags that were in the humans' mouths and stick them
Just-
all in his mouth.
There we go.
Can somebody give me a survival roll to time to the mule, please?
All right, I will do so.
All right.
Guidance.
Thank you. Guidance.
Guided no mule time.
Yes.
The ultimate combo.
Okay,
Oof.
that's good. That's a 14.
Takes you a good 10
Okay.
minutes, but you get him tied securely. The people say they're kind of dragging everything out of wagon. They're rearranging things, putting like trash just in a pile by the road, and getting some soap and water and scrubbing down
Do
the
they
inside of
have
it.
food?
Yeah.
They have the hen eggs.
They do have. There were a few hens inside.
Do they have water?
I mean, 'cause I will share rations with them if they
Right.
need.
They have their own food.
Okay.
They have a few rations. They have hens that are laying, and they have water. So I'm afraid there's nothing we can give you, sirs. We have very little, and the gnome destroyed most of what we had. We're only peddlers.
It's alright, it's alright. I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to make a new life in the direction that we're going to.
I hope so.
Thanks.
Do you want us to accompany you the rest of the way?
That would be wonderful. Strength in numbers is a powerful thing.
And plus, also, we can keep an eye on this
Yes.
little
this one.
fella right there. Make sure he doesn't scamper away during the night.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
The gnome makes several attempts over the next few days to escape, each of which results in him getting beaten severely and put back on the wall.
At some point during these days, can somebody just healing word me back up to full hit points, please?
Okay.
Yes.
I will assume you guys got it back up to full hit points. It takes you 3 days to reach the city, which is, less a city, more a town.
Three rations, yes?
Yes, 3 rations for everybody. And you...
Are we feeding the gnome?
Well, you could go 28 days without food. Oh, we just need to make sure he has water.
Okay.
The peddlers give him raw eggs to eat if he weeps too much, which he mutters at for a while and then eats like apples.
I can give him the raw wolf meat.
Ew.
I can give him rocks. And pills in the
There's
back.
also that.
Yeah.
He has plenty of options. It's a veritable buffet of things.
I can even heat them up a little bit. Isn't that great?
After about 3 days, you guys see the stockade walls of the city of Nia rising in front of you. These people, some decades ago, chopped down a whole bunch of trees in the area, stripped them of their very tough bark, and set up this stockade surrounding what was a small settlement at first, but since has expanded to a smallish city. It is built 15 miles within the Shana border, the last bastion of civilization for those coming from the western countries on their way to Pigathos, the capital of Shana. Its function, you know from talking with these here peddlers and from your own experience, is to be a depot allowing adventurers to trade in Shana treasures and buy traveling supplies. A private military company, the peddlers tell you, called the Thunder Fellowship, has a contract with the city to keep adventurers in line. You approach the gate. There are no other travelers on the road as you approach. There are 2 very bored-looking guards, a half-orc and a human. They're both wearing chain shirts with little wooden medallions that have the sigil of the Thunder Fellowship on them, which is 3 concentric rings. What's your business?
Well, we're here to trade, find work, and also see about dropping off this little criminal right here. Here for some justice. He's was trying to steal these kind of folks, and he points over to the family. Hey, their wagon and kidnapped them.
That's no good.
Nope.
May we see your weapons?
All right.
Lay him right out here, please, sirs.
Sure thing. I give
I
him
go
my...
just keep on taking things off his
His
back.
eyes grow a little wide.
Like one hammer, 2 hammer, a crossbow, another.
Nice.
I give him my dagger.
Okay. He takes it, looks at it briefly, hands it back to you. One of them has a big ledger. He just scrawls some things in it.
Ragdal holds out his fists.
Very nice. Are any of you going to try to hide weapons from them?
Yes.
Okay, can you give me a stealth roll, please? What are you hiding?
They're my hand axe. Trying to hide
Okay.
that.
And what was your stealth
Yay.
roll?
12.
So I can see you're hiding something. Unless your ankle is horribly disfigured. We are not going to take anything from you, sir. We only need to make records. Please cooperate or
gives
we'll
it
be
a-
forced to beat you.
He
Thank you.
gives it and shows it, but he's holding on tight to it.
There you are, sir. Thank you very
They
much.
didn't take my fists away.
Enjoy your stay, sirs. Please do not cause any trouble.
We are not trying to. who look for any trouble.
We never cause trouble.
So you enter, and inside, it doesn't seem to be a terribly busy day. There are lots of log buildings set up here and there. People milling about, dragging sledges and carts piled high with goods. There's what looks like a training yard off maybe a quarter mile away. There's a whole bunch of like dummies set up and people are quacking at them with different things. There is a little signpost stuck up that's pointing a few different ways and is written in Elvish and in Orcish and in Common, the direction of various amenities such as the prison, the bail office, the guild headquarters, and the trading district.
And I think it might be a good time to take a short break. What do you think?
It's probably a time to take a break, unless you guys want to do a little longer. We have like 19 minutes left of our session. If we were to, we could just break here.
Yeah, I think this would be a good place to break. So, unless anybody else has an issue.
No, sir.
No, I think that is a good place.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll pick up next week where we left off. You kind folks will get a full day of us shopping.
Yay, shopping episode.